Hello there. I'm going to be doing a video run through. This is meant to accompany a written guide, which I'll have, which covers, well, I guess what you could call it a build. So the idea is that if you start with some specific cards, there are a few starting setups that I think have an extremely strong chance of winning no matter what you're offered. Now, usually you want to there is some like stuff you need to make a run work for most starts, but for these, I think that you don't need anything at all. So the one I'm covering today, I'm calling Coldsteel, and it involves a very specific set of cards. We get Solguard the Martyr, and specifically, we're looking at the Cold Channel path. So this one, it's pretty strong. Every time he gets hurt or she gets hurt, Frostbite is stacked up. The downside is that 70 health is not very much, and you don't start out with any ways to um, increase that health. Like, there's no healing in Stygian clan, and there's no armor cards. There are units that can get incant armor. That's kind of their main defensive mechanic, along with killing things ahead of time, which obviously does not work synergize with Solguard's abilities. So the start I'm thinking of involves the way it works best, and there are some alternatives, but the way it works best is it's a Stygian unit. This is an uncommon unit, so you can start with one, and you can draft them over the course of the run. But you can start with one, and that's mainly the one I'm thinking of. So you can flex into this later, but I'm specifically talking about if you start with it. And then to that alone isn't enough, because then you'll need to draft cards to deal with units that have a ton of health. If this is your only this is defense, but you don't have enough offense. So the other card I think that would make this extremely likely to win if you start with it, and it's not really a card, it's a secondary clan. And that is if you start with a torch. Torch only does 2 damage, so you can torch your champion, which, if you have enough Guardian Stones, means you don't lose health, but it will trigger the revenge. And then that is enough alone to kill the heavies. So that is the start I'm thinking of. Now, I was speaking of alternatives. Well, you could also start with a welder helper. The downside of this is, ideally you want to play it multiple times, so you probably want to look for endless, and then you have to kill it. So you're looking for either important work or just using torches. But using torches means that you are not using it on your champion, which means less damage, and also you have to reserve a capacity for this welder helper. Now, it opens up some possibilities, like if you get a Transcendent, or if you get double summons. It makes it so you get way more armor. And for runs where you're facing the Patient or the Temperate, where you're going to get a lot more incoming damage, that might be an option that's definitely worth considering. But I'm going to be doing a run today that kind of demonstrates just the normal starting situation I'm talking about, and just to show you how that works. So like I said, it kind of requires you to start with specific cards, so I'm going to be resetting until I get those cards. I don't recommend you do that on a normal run. I'm just talking about how to take advantage of it if you do happen to get it. So let's go.
Okay, so I'm going to cut here until I get that started.
Alright, here we go. We got a Guardian Stone to start with, and we're going to be trying this out. Now, I do like seeing this Fortify. It's an additional way to get armor, mainly because it's the Patient and there's a lot of incoming damage, especially if we don't get Silence. We might have to change our plans a bit, but let's see if we can make this work. First, let's see if we have Cold Channel, even as an option. We do. Perfect. And X cost cards and consume cards. So we might consume these Hell Crystallises. X cost cards, I can't think of any that we'd want to keep, so I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're just going to skip this. We're not going to put consume on our torches. So for these first two rings, I think you're going to have so many cards in your deck that you can't really fully take advantage of the strategy. You might not even draw your Guardian Stone until late, like until all after the waves have spawned. So I usually like to sit up on the top floor and kind of just stay as healthy as possible for the boss. But getting this right away is nice. Let's get a little armor. So here we go. Only need one hit for this guy. And we might as well just do a lot of damage here. Should be fine. Yeah, and the benefit of this Guardian, I always forget the name of the stone, is that after we've stacked up some Frostbite, it'll have built up some armor, and it'll still need more time to take the Frostbite. Okay. Offering token is really not that good. We would need to pick up an offering for it to be worth it, really, and we don't need the damage from an offering, so I'm just going to say we skip this. We have torches to kill backliners. However, I think having one of these and maybe we put damage on it is worth considering, because those backliners that do 30 damage, sometimes you just don't want to have to take that 30 damage. This is kind of a chicken or the egg scenario. Welder Helper is nice if you can make it a little more efficient, because it will give you a burst of armor. But we do have the Fortifies, so I think we just skipped that. And we're looking to upgrade the Guardian Stones before this duplication. But we also would like to visit the merchant, so let's magic. None of these are particularly appealing. I would consider a Titan Sentry, since it's a kind of a fire and forget situation and can draw some melee weakness. I'm gonna make this torch cheaper, put Consume Stone on Hellhorned Crystallis. We're really looking to get damage on that flash freeze, and these Hellhorned Crystallises will help us a lot before we've built up the shards that we need to kill everybody with torches. I feel like we can kill most of these guys, and it's worth looking for a Titan Sentry, because it's the patient I'm worried about that a little bit. I haven't built up a lot of shards yet, but that's okay. Guess we should put this guy in here. And there we we go. Just one torch was all we needed. And another Guardian Stone. That I think is worth it. Means we can dupe something else. And Siren of the Sea is tempting, but there's a capacity cost that we want to fit as many Guardian Stones as we can. So we're going to be looking to upgrade these Guardian Stones. Not with multi-strike. Yeah, health and incant armor is really what we want. Incant armor ultimately is going to be more armor, hopefully. But it needs to survive a little bit. And because it's the patient, I might actually be putting one of these guys in front, because we can use torches to trigger the revenge, and that buys some time. So remove a card. I think maybe one of these foregone powers. Okay, yeah, we don't really want dead weights. This would help us in the next fight, but we have Helical Crystallises. Okay, so I don't think we need. I do like to default a middle floor setup, but I don't think we need it on this fight to kill the heavies. So I'm gonna just set up on the top floor, preserve as much health as possible. We have 2 Guardian Stones, so there's no room for a Trained Steward. And there's only 3 shards, so no need to self-torch yet. Oops, I meant to do a backliner. There we go, finally. So we're gonna get a little fire damage, no big deal. It's a lot of incoming damage. So we already have 51 regen on the boss. Or 51 frostbite. Alright, let's do this. Self-torch, kill ya. Oh, not quite. But we're gonna be fine here. And really I should have been torching, or playing my other spells before the torch. It didn't matter because I was already winning. Okay, Dark Deal, Deep Offering. I think Deep Offering is actually not bad because we're going to have a bunch of free torches once we've trimmed our deck a bit. We're going to take a draw. And also we'd like double stack on this Fortify. I forget if I saw it and missed it. Oh, it's my bad. Okay, well, Founding Seal is and Cuddlebeard would be amazing artifacts, of course, as would Railhammer. But I'm thinking just getting some free removals and even duplicating this guy would be good. So now we can, on a big floor, we can fit 3 armor totems. Let's remove a Trained Steward. Yeah, let's remove 2 Trained Stewards. Really, they're just as bad as Foregone Powers because it's the first pass through the deck that's the most important to get these Guardian Stones into play. But Foregone Powers at least can give me an incant. We're going to go full Cold Channel. Titan Channel may be worth considering because we're against one of the harder hitting versions of Seraph, but I'm going to try this with full Cold Channel. I think we want the money here. So gonna set up in the middle floor and just accept that pyre damage. We're nearly full health. And I actually don't want to hit those guys because they'll take more damage that way. So this first wave is always going to be a little iffy. Or two. Let's get you in here. You're going to die in 2 hits. So that guy's dying. Let's get some armor. And these guys having incant armor is nice in that we can get some incants and without taking damage. Yeah, we're handily winning. Cool. So took some fire damage there, partially due to the fact that we are still needing to trim cards, I'd say. March of Shields. That might be handy for the patient. I'm a little worried about the incoming damage. I haven't really done this versus the patient. This could help with setup. Let's remove a foregone power and foregone power. Like, keep one of them so you can play at the end. Cuddlebeard is great. Can't afford anything else, but Cuddlebeard makes this just makes it much more unlikely, or I guess not much more. It's only 2 stacks, and we do way more than that. But it's nice for flying bosses. Can we handle this? So I'm not sure the answer to that. But I kind of want the money. Set up on the middle, get the collector, get you in here. A little worried about you guys. You in here, get you in here, get some armor. How we doing? Almost enough. That's pretty good for a harvest dude. That's less good. We need this armor desperately. Yeah, I guess setting up in the middle with a small floor maybe not the best idea. Turns out it's fine. Okay, silence, of course, is amazing versus the patient. I think free removals and spell upgrade's still a thing that I want to do. So remove foregone power and a train steward, and we're looking for double stack. Excellent. Now, do I do it on the fortify or the march of shields? Probably the march of shields, since it's double. I don't want consume. Let's reduce the cost of this, I guess. Nothing else to consume. Reduce the cost of this. And then we finally get 10 magic power on this. And do we have any removals? We already did that. Trample. This could be a good safety measure. I am still worried about how much damage the patient does with melee weakness and the backliners that do 30 damage. Yeah, I think this is worth it. We can build up shards pretty quickly. And remove train steward, and we're good. We've removed everything we need to remove. I mean, maybe the Hell Crystallises if we get free ones, but they've been pretty handy for dealing with the early waves. Excellent. Let's set up in the middle. Just get some shards. Why don't you? Spells in hand? That's the worst. It's gonna silence this guy. Oh well, I think it's fine. He'll die. He'll do 5 fire damage. He'll die in 1 hit. It's fine. He's dying. You know what? Let's just kill you, and you're gonna die. Yeah, you're dying. So let's get some armor. I'm sure you're dying. And this is really where the build is showing how it works. You guys are all dying. They're gonna take plenty of frostbite already. So let's just encamp over here. Let's just consume that for fun. Yeah. I don't think I need silence anymore. Okay, double stack armor. Armor. Taking 67. I'm sure you're fine. We're not even dying. Cool. So as you can see, just massive amounts of damage. Do we have any imps? We don't. If we had an armor imp, I would take that. Spell damage we do not want. This is so little compared to how much we're going to do normally with a torch. And we continue to take card draw. We might actually dupe a torch at this point if we're given the opportunity. I guess we could over here. Let's go for an artifact. Double. We're not going to kill anything, and this is nothing. What was it? Founding seal would be amazing. Let's make this free. I mean, I don't really care about any other spell upgrades, right? I would look for, I guess double stack would still be good on Fortify. And I guess, yeah, spell upgrades on torches would be fine, but that's not a big deal. And we're going to go full cold channel. Dire channel doesn't make any sense. We need to double up that frostbite. Okay, this is a lot of incoming damage. This might be a good test for the final boss. So we got these guys doing... Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'll set up in the middle. Get you in here. Can we do that? Get you in here. I should have done that first, of course. Okay. So you're dying. So really just one torch is enough at this point. Maybe less. Yeah, that's fine. I was worried for nothing. I guess we could do... Let's do this so that we can get some more armor. Dying. How we doing? We're winning. Cool. I mean, this is such a drop in the bucket. This is a lot of armor. I don't know if that's the right decision, but it's a lot of armor. I think we want more spell upgrades. We don't need any of these, and this would be devastating. Silence doesn't really make sense. Do we have anything to remove? I don't think so. I guess maybe duplicating the silence would have been a better move. Some turns I can't play that. Double stack here I think is worth it. And we can remove, I don't know, I feel like we should remove something so I draw my silence sooner. And I guess it's this. Oh, we have 2 removals. I shouldn't have paid for it. Remove that, and Foregone Power actually doesn't do anything, so let's remove that. Cool. 10 magic power, why not? Best of luck to your silence draws. Me. Okay, not turn 1. Did it! So awesome. And this is why I wanted that one. because we don't need to have everyone attack me. Get you in here, give you endless. So we're dying, you say? You're dying, excellent. And that was the toughest wave. Cool. So, well, I said it was the toughest wave. It's the toughest wave to kill, I should say. You get some early boss damage. Okay, let's get some armor. I think we're gonna be just fine. I mean, 530, so he's already taking 1500 before hitting this floor. There is a lot of armor in this floor. How are we doing? We're actually living? That's crazy. No need to live. Let's... Alright, cool. So there you go. The patient is tested, okay, but, you know, I had silence, I had endless tome to help out, of course. I didn't need the endless tome, but it was... I feel like you could have built up plenty of shards if you did die, so... Again, core concept, very simple. If you start with a Guardian Stone and you get Cold Channel and a Torch, you can kill everything that way. I think drafting additional units could be a mistake because either you need to take capacity to fit them in or you need to invest resources to keep them alive. Like I was considering an Endless Titan Sentry, but that might have been a mistake because that would mean one card draw every other turn or even every turn that is dedicated to playing it instead of building up armor and you know, getting more shards. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope the written guide helps. Leave a comment if you think more guides like this in the future would be helpful. Thank you.